Hey guys, it's me, Justin, the Action Figure Minute, and today we are checking out Friday the 13th, Part 5, New Beginning, Jason Voorhees. Now, Jason Voorhees, out of all the slasher horror icons, Jason Voorhees, he's my number one. He's my top choice. Who's yours? Freddy, Leatherface, Jason's my guy. This is, again, Part 5. This is Jason when it wasn't even Jason. Spoiler. It was Roy. It was Roy. The whole time. So, great flick. Definitely one of my top Jason movies. I really enjoy this one. I think Part 7 is my favorite. Let me know in the comments which one's yours, but I really enjoy the entire Jason franchise. We can open it up here, and we have Jason Voorhees. There we go. Let's try and not get a light reflection in there. Thank you, plastic. All right, we're going to go ahead and crack right into opening this Jason Voorhees. I've probably been sitting on this guy for an extremely long time. Never opened him. But Friday, horror season, Halloween, this is the time to do it. Let's go ahead and see this kind of eerie shot of Camp Crystal Lake water. Looks like Camp Crystal Lake water in the background. Who knows? Kind of hard to see what it is. Go ahead and put it to the side because it's going in the recycling bin. And then we have Jason, aka Roy, here in his plastic tray. So let's crack into this. We're not seeing any alternative head sculpts, but we've got some really cool accessories here, like this big, maybe hard to see with my hand holding it on camera, but railroad spike. Then we have this strap, which I remember this strap, I think he put it around somebody, around a tree, and then he used this stick to twist and tighten the strap to strangle them to the point that their head was about popping off, if I recall. We have this hedge trimmer that the camera is not seeming to want to pick up, but it does open and articulate. There we go. You can see it a little better there. So that's neat. Okay, we've got this little kind of hunter Bowie knife with blood on the end. We have blood on the end of the hedge clippers, blood on the end of this little hunter knife. Brown handle, silver blade, kind of like a Bowie knife. And we have a weapon holding swappable hand. We have a lit flare. Does he like jam this in somebody's eye or something like that? Can't recall. So many Jason movies. Need to watch them all again and again and again. We have this bloody meat cleaver. We have this extremely long rod of a spike right here. Can't remember what this was for. Obviously killing somebody. I mean, obviously. And then we have this bloody machete with a really dark red blood. All right, let's get Jason out of this packaging here. And while we're doing this, I don't think I said yet, this is the best time in the world for you to go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. It's my goal to at least every weekday add a new video or a new short and video to the channel. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, Jason, I think most of us are used to Jason in more of a blue overall coverall, but this Jason's coveralls are a bit more green in color. And we have Roy here. He's got this slash on his gut, on his abdomen. We got cut up there. And we can go ahead and we can take the hockey mask off and we can see Roy underneath it. And Roy is wearing a skull cap to make himself look more like Jason Voorhees. You can't see his hair with this skull cap on. The mask does a really good job of hiding Roy's face and You can see his eyes through the mask. It lines up pretty well. Let's go ahead and, I think we're all used to seeing Jason's mask. Let's take his mask off as we work through his articulation here. So we can get his T-pose out to here. We can rotate his arm all the way around. He has double jointed. I didn't recall this guy having double jointed elbows. He has double jointed elbows and they work really well. He has great hip articulation to do the splits. And you can see his articulation here under his hips. So you can get a little twist at his upper thigh. Nice little ratchets in there. Really locked in, nothing at the torso due to this harder, I mean, it's pliable, but plastic overlay. It doesn't really have any give to it. And then we have single jointed knees. This one feels a bit tight. We'll work it slowly, give it pressure and counter pressure at the same time. So not too far of a bend on that leg. Jason's not a fast mover though, so he's not sprinting through the woods. And we have a front-facing pin for pivots and a rocker at the ankle. So he has the articulation where it counts to kill campers at Camp Crystal Lake. So let's go ahead and take a look and give him some of these accessories. All right, looking at these accessories now, I really like the flare. I think the flare is a fun one for Jason to have holding. I like that one a lot. We can do his knife. And he's got his swappable hand as his left hand because his left hand, we'll go back to that. His left hand is more open and relaxed. So if you want him holding another weapon in his other hand, you could do that. We have Jason holding his knife. A little overhead action there. Jason coming at you in the woods with his knife. He's gonna get you. And I just broke the blade. I just broke the blade. It's pretty thin. And as I was trying to put it in his hand, I felt the blade kind of wiggle back and forth. As Randy Falk would always say back in the day, when Randy Falk was on their Twitter channel, use the Zap-A-Gap. For all your NECA figure needs, use Zap-A-Gap. So I'll do that later, unfortunately. That means probably I'm not going to display Roy with the knife. So be careful with those. Learn from me. This just aggressive spike. That's pretty unique. I don't really recall this. I'll have to look for that kill that he used this big old spike with. Hedge clippers. His meat hatchet. And of course, Jason's iconic machete. Really fun looks for Jason, aka Roy. I don't know, since it is, not Jason and it's Roy, probably, I don't know, maybe I'll do something like this and I'll have him holding his mask in his hand on my shelf for display, so that way you can see the Roy head. But I definitely, if Jason's your favorite like mine, you've got to pick up a Roy figure. You got to be careful with that knife. This is so unique too. Using this log and this strap. I wonder how we could display that. There we go. So you can put the strap on here, and the ideal was that, he wrapped the strap around the person's head, I believe, and then he put the end on it, and then he just twisted until their head popped off. So that's how that worked. You probably want to be careful with this since it's plastic and it's a toy. But that's definitely going to make its way onto my shelf. I'll probably have Jason, you know, chilling out with his road flare, holding his mask. And that's going to be my look for old Roy. Definitely recommend picking up this figure. Recommend being careful with the knife and any of his other accessories. I mean, they are pretty thin plastic pieces. This spike, I mean, maybe it needs to be in here as well. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of options with this NECA Ultimate Jason Roy figure. Definitely pick them out. Definitely recommend. Appreciate you guys watching. This has been your Action Figure Minute. Peace.